Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey. Made it. Y'all already know what it is. It's Monday. Good energy, healing energy for all my peoples out there. We back, man. We back. We back. We found ourselves in the same place once again. But what's up, y'all, man? I've been. This weekend was a great weekend for me. I got a chance to just analyze everything that was going on, everything I wanted to go in. I got some new designs out. Trust me, the shop is loaded right now with new drops. I'm talking from hoodies, t-shirts. I gotta finish up some designs later on today, but it's looking good. We got more of these back in stock. We got because these are becoming collectibles, so we have more of these hoodies back in stock. Um, we got so many things to talk about today, man. I seen some new things that I want to talk about over the weekend, but we got to give a big congratulations and big ups to Smack URL TV for throwing such a great event this weekend and it turning out. I heard no fights, no shootings or anything at a great event. So if you want to hear lyrics and battle rap right now, it's on its up and up. And thanks to Smack, he's the head owner of the Smack URL over there. For those who watch battle rap, they threw a big event. They had Loaded Lux battling Rum Nitty, and man, it was just exciting to see Loaded Lux back up there, and just getting his feet back in the game, and just pacing himself. And I thought it was just a great overall battle. So we're gonna talk a lot about that. We taking it out to Philly today. Shouts out to Oschino, man. Sometimes I feel like with Oschino, I was watching a couple episodes over the weekend that he was dropping, and just really, really inspirational dude. And you can learn a lot from guys that been through things, and just the way they see it through their lens. You learn a lot from people. So shouts out to Oschino out in Philly, all my Philly dogs. What else? What else we gonna be talking about? Oh, we also gonna be talking about. I heard Jay Z. He's with Jay Z, Roc Nation. They're they're involved in it. I don't know if he's directly coming from him, but they're involved in a $300 million helping out the educational system in Philadelphia. So they're working on the education in Philadelphia. So it's great to hear that the big homie has hands involved in just giving the youth a better outlook and just giving them a better placement as far as when it comes down to education. So we got that going on as well. What else we got up there? I try to make a little list for you guys. I just wanted to cover a few things that, and just the way I see it, and just if you know how we do. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. If y'all don't give Rhapsody a Grammy for this album, y'all gonna hear from me. Y'all gonna hear from me. That's all I got to say with that. Because I see a lot of people squeezing their way in, but I just believe as when it comes down to a great body of work and something that could last the test of time, I feel like the Rhapsody Don't Cry album should be awarded for this year. But so let's just jump right into it. Um, this is just okay. Starting, you know what I want to start off with. I heard something today, and this is an early. They're talking about this very early. Wayno, he was talking about Dame Dash. Always in interviews, bringing up Jay Z and just saying the same things over as far as his disagreements that he had once with Jay Z, and he was just saying to Dame Dash that stop now. It's getting boring. It's just getting reductive. It's getting. He's saying, he's speaking like it's gonna, it's becoming like so everybody knows to interview what you're gonna say before you say it. In other words, and I thought about it. And I'm like, Dame Dash, the way he goes about, him and Jay Z, they're part of this same story, but it's kind of like Jay Z has moved on from this and he's took it to different levels, and Dame Dash has took it his way. But when they say that he's always asked if about Jay Z in his interviews, so that could be one thing. But we all know when it all boils down, when it comes to like Dame Dash and Jay Z, the reason why I don't really always touch on them is not be it's just I don't see similarities, but as from the lens where I'm looking at it, I don't see how they could have been friends this long. They're just two different types of men that and I just feel like, yeah, I mean, if you're saying you want Dame Dash to stop talking about Jay-Z because he speaks about Jay-Z all the time. Yes, I understand what you're saying, Wayno. We all understand what you're saying, because after a while it gets like the same conversation. But to that, from Dame Dash point of view, just looking from his point, it's also a part of his story. So it's very weird to tell somebody, don't tell your story because it's sounding a certain way. And 9 out of 10 times, sometimes usually they'll ask him, but it's like his story has Jay-Z involvement within it. And I understand that. I get it. I kind of get both sides here, because it's kind of like, if it was me, okay, I'm just taking it out of Dame Dash and putting myself in that place. I would have not want to speak about him at all. At all. I would have just moved on doing what I was doing, and whatever God had provided for me, I'm going to move on that way. But if every time I come into an interview, somebody's asking me about it, it's almost like that would annoy me after a while. We're only human. Like, I would tell people, stop asking me about it if I really don't feel no kind of way. Because sometimes you have to just let go. In friendships, sometimes people move on, and some maybe one person that moved on got a better hand of the stick. It doesn't mean it's just like move on. The true healing is when you don't have to talk about a person all the time to get your point across of what you're trying to do, or what you've been doing, or what had happened to you in the past. You can just tell it from your learning experience. But with the situation, especially when you're dealing with those guys, it has a lot. It's money triggered. Um, just a whole bunch of things that it's so hard to tell somebody what to do in those type of situations. But if it was me, I wouldn't want to be talking about Jay-Z every interview. I would really want to keep up going on with the things that I have going on, because it really, when it all boils down, it really doesn't matter what Jay has going on, what the next man has going on. It's all about what you have going on for yourself. Everybody has their own journey, and I think that's what people get mixed up in. In these times, people add what they're doing to other people's journeys, and feel like if the other person doesn't cross the line with their journey, they can't get what they got accomplished. But the truth is, no, everybody has a separate journey. God put us all here to do separate things, and sometimes within those things that we find ourselves together and doing the same things if we have the same similarities. But I understand what Wayno is saying. I do understand what Wayno is saying, and I do also understand Dame Dash going off. Personally, me, I wouldn't even want to, because I don't know. In these times with hip hop, you don't know who's the good or who's the bad guy. You don't. Especially when you're dealing with, there's a lot of money involved. I can't really sit there and tell you. I can only tell you from my point of view looking in. It kind of looks like people do ask him about it, and he does have the same disagreements, but I don't think Jay at this point is thinking about that. I think that man has so many other things he has going on. And maybe, yeah, it does come across that, so maybe he does listen to it here and there. But it doesn't say like it's gonna change. Sometimes you just gotta let people go on. Like, life doesn't end because certain hurdles you can't get over. You just have to figure things out in these times. Just try to figure things out. I don't want to say who's wrong or right in that situation, because that was those people business. They had a company. For those that don't know, Rockefeller. They built that company together. Them, Dame Dash, Biggs, Jay-Z, and they parted ways along the way from disagreements they had, whether it was money wise, friendship wise. All of these things had something to do with the departure of and the split of Rockefeller. So at this point, whether Jay makes $1 billion or Dame Dash makes a zillion, or nobody makes anything, I feel like as a man, you should just be go your own ways, go your separate ways. It makes no sense to just I wouldn't want to talk about him every single time. I wouldn't want to do that unless I've been asked a question or something like that. But I don't I don't know if in these times it even makes sense. I'm talking about if y'all was in your 20s or something like that, where it was like a whole, you could see yourself on a journey, a long life to live. Y'all lived your life. To be honest with you, I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all lived your life. Um, you know what I was saying to myself? Just jumping off to Oschino, man. I really have a. It's just I always loved Oschino, but I have a different love and respect for Oschino. Getting to know him as a person. See, this is what happens. amongst a lot of like rappers and things like that, celebrities. When you get to know them, that's when you can maybe figure out their real life and see who they are as a person. A lot of these people, when we didn't have social media, we didn't really know who they were. Only the person they presented to be. But I was watching it. He was talking just about like he was just going through his life stories and just his outlook on the afterlife. That's what intrigued me, and we have a lot of similarities. I feel like with Oschino just talking about the afterlife and do we have something after this that well that all comes from your faith, and as a Christian I do believe that there is an afterlife, and how you treat people in this life that we have set upon us now is how you will eventually be treated in the afterlife and how you will move on. I feel like your energy that you leave on this earth, your soul gathered, your soul is captured by that, and in the afterlife that's going to be the thing that defines you in the afterlife, your energy. Your flesh, everything else will be leaved for this earth, but in the next afterlife, energy, I just feel that will be the thing that can control and communicate people. So I just, yeah, I do feel like some things he was saying, I was just so like, because if a lot of things that people go through in these times, a lot of things that people are seeing that they've never seen before that might be traumatizing to them, I still feel like God is showing people things through other people's lens, and so people can have different understanding of what life is about at this time. I never lost my faith, even though I see destruction and I see a lot of people fighting. I never lose my faith. I keep a strong faith, and that's why I want you guys to really, because once you see it through, kind of see it through like the God's lens, in a way, you kind of feel different about every situation. Like you see people beefing back and forth, and you see the gun violence is just taking kids away. But I think the overall energy of today's time on this earth, it's us learning from us. And if we don't learn from us, it's gonna be tipping. If we don't come together, it's our love is gonna be snatched away by war, violence, and all those other things set upon us that makes us separate from each other. And I really, if y'all gotta really check Oschino's his last live, I believe it was like 2, 3, it was a while, a couple days back, but it was interesting to me, man. And it's so interesting to me that he came from the camp of Jay, you know, that's one of his, people have to understand this good karma that sticks around us. A lot of people think that when they hear karma, they feel like it's something bad, but karma protects you sometimes when it comes down to if you do good and you put yourself out there and you do good people connect with you. And the more good people that connect with you, it builds a good energy around yourself. You'd be surprised. There's more good karma out there than bad karma. But people just, they're so used to, especially in America, we're so used to just having things our way that sometimes the little things and the things that we might not see that mean so much to us, we just take for granted. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of like everything is moving fast. Social media makes things move so fast that you can't get a grasp of yourself. So this Monday morning, I want everybody to take something or read something or do something, dress in a different color, something different that you don't normally do, and just step out there and just try to give yourself a little new energy. And if you have a good energy about yourself, try to add something new to it. And I think that that's going to help us out because I understand that we've been going through, if you really think about it, for the last 3, 4 years, everything that we've enjoyed has war attached to it, or some kind of fighting and some kind of me versus you attached to it. We got to find some way to put love and family and friendships and start taking these things more serious, and maybe we can kind of see people for who they really are. A lot of people are disguising themselves. Look at Diddy. Look at him. I know it's like every time we talk about Diddy, but the truth is, man, how could a person, a mogul from that point all the way up there, fool people, all this time? Of course God was going to pull that away from him. Of course he was. Sometimes you got to thank God for the things that he didn't put you through. Sometimes you got to thank him for opening your eyes up to people that can one day fool you, and it could be detrimental to your journey. You gotta thank him for that. You see, the people that make the same mistakes over and over and over again, those are the people that they can't learn. They don't learn. They go to one, when something happens to them, they either retreat or they handle their situations one way. And that's the reason why that repeat of that cycle of things happening to people happens. But the minute you take a different lens and take a different eye on how you're going to retaliate, how you're going to react, is when things start to change in your life. Like I heard a story, about a person being shot and people not understanding the trauma that comes in between that. You don't have to get shot to be traumatized by a shooting. Seeing somebody get shot, being around that type of environment, just being around it can cause your mental health to just go out of whack. Or a kid to grow up with a different lens that blocks him from seeing what life is all about. We got to get past this stuff. We got to get past it. Because if we don't, then what are we going to do? Everybody's just getting money, spending it nowhere, because wherever you spend it, that place gets robbed. Those people go to jail. Those lawyers get paid. That judge keeps working, making more money, passes away, passes it down, and the cycle continues. We don't need that. So to a point where I'm just like in my analyzing stages again, and I'm gathering all this information, just trying to see why people do the things they do and why not do something different, and showing people a different way, a different route they can take to just open their minds up to something different. Or maybe, because think about it like this: how many people have died for jewelry, money, and nonsense? If you didn't look up to that stuff, then you wouldn't care about losing that stuff. You will want to get that stuff out of your life. Some of that stuff is good, but some of that stuff attracts the wrong people to you. It really does. What's up, y'all? Put where y'all from down below. If y'all tuning in today, put where y'all from down below. Shout y'all areas out. I love y'all. It's Monday, man. We got to get the energy up. I'm here with y'all. I'm here with y'all. I promise you, I'm here. I'm here. Share this live too. Make sure y'all share this live. Make sure y'all share this live, man. Just want to open your mind up. Like, don't you see what's going on? Like AI could get scary for people. The things you see, we're putting in a place right now where the world wants us. The more we rely on things, the more we have to rely on this, rely on that, to do this, to do that. That's how we'll be controlled. The more you have to rely on other people, rely on things to do things for you, rely on this to pull up your number, rely on this to calculate that, rely on, and not using this, you're going to be controlled. Because when that's snatched from you, you'll panic. It's too many things to do that you can't get done right at that moment. And that's the point where you're going to be controlled. Sometimes just having, like, if you guys want to start a business, let's start with me. As far as my brand, the name of my brand is Inspired by Dreams Clothing. Now, if you guys want to start a brand, or any type of entrepreneur, any type of you want to start any type of business in these times, don't start getting a whole bunch of businesses like you see these people in the hip hop community doing. Stick to the thing that you love. Show people that you have a love for something else other than the things that they see in their face for face value. And you'll be surprised how people are attached to you and you can make more money. Now, I'm not saying that my brand makes the most money in the world. I'm no Nike, I'm no Adidas. But the more we grow, I started to see that people not only love the brand, but people love the designer of the brand as well. If you tell your truth and your story, that's how your brand is going to grow. A lot of people in these times are very wary about putting on people's clothes that they don't know anything about. So that has to be, whatever you do, whatever your business is, whether it's a food truck, whatever, add a sense of you, your culture into it. And when I say your culture, I don't mean hip hop. I mean your background, where you was raised and things like that. I'm just going back and forth. I'm bouncing back and forth. I remember Oschino saying, not everybody has that person to bounce back to or family to bounce back to. Some of us don't have that, but some of us do have family. So whatever you have, that's standing by you and that's true love, that has love for you, work for them. Do it for them. Don't let them know. Just do it for them. God is gonna bless you. A lot of these people we see in the hip hop industry, some of them do mean well. I can't say everybody is just a bad person. So, it's sad that we need more Oskinos and less Meek Mills. And I'm gonna say it just the way it is. It's those guys that don't really actually care about their communities, and they have like this false sense of what they feel is successful, and they try to hold it over people's head. Those are people we don't need. We can't trust in those people. We need people that's gonna tell it like it is, and that's the reason why I say that. People that's gonna stand up and stand up for something. But at least we still got Jay and Nas in the hip hop. It looks like Diddy's out. We still got Jay-Z and Nas. They still putting out the good word and still dropping jewels. Y'all remember that Nas song, Purple? He said the whole city is mine, the prettiest dime. I don't like the way P Diddy did shine with different lawyers. Y'all remember that? That was way back. People are wicked in this game, y'all. See, what happens is they've made so many mistakes that they have no choice but to run to science instead of religion. Their faith has been stripped because they feel they got their money because of money and other sorts of nonsense, not knowing that it's all a game. You've been there, and there's somebody else that helped you got there. You without you even knowing. So you can tell the world that it's just me, it's just me. But the truth is, no, it's the people behind you, it's the people around you, it's the people that support you that got you there. That's the truth. I see over the weekend. What else? What else? Oh, I seen this. I'm not, and this not even to laugh, but Adrian Broner, he lost a tooth, and I see people are rewinding and recapping what he said before the fight. Well, we all know. I mean, if the people with the loudest mouth, they're the weakest, and I'm not just saying that he's a weak person, but I'm just saying that usually with the loudest mouth, they might be going through something too. That's person that might be tough might be going through something, and that might the loudness might just be a cover up for what they're actually going through, and it all lays out in the ring, and it all shows in the ring how disciplined you are and how focused you are. He lost that match. If I was him, I would retire if I was him and try to find myself in another place, maybe helping out the youth come up for boxing or something. But just seeing a lot of weird things happen. There's a lot of weird energy I could say in these times right now. We got to be very aware of. A lot of people just saying anything to say it, like just telling you anything and wanting you to believe in. And I know, there's a lot of fake righteous people out there. I see it every day. I see somebody with some fake righteous and this and that. But you can't just, hey, if they want to go down the right route, you got to take some kind of steps, right? So I don't ever knock somebody for trying to do things the right way. It's just you have to put your heart in it and stand behind what you say you believe in. Thanks, bro. I always like to drop the jewels nice and early on a Monday, so y'all could take something to go off into the week. My allergies is killing me today too, y'all. It's like the air is not clean as it once was. I'm very sensitive to the air, so when I go out, I could always tell from my nose if my nose starts like drying up or if it starts like giving me the sniffles. I know the air is dirty. So if you do, I know it's look crazy, but some places do wear your mask if you feel like stuffy or stuff. We only human. We don't know what they doing out there. All we know is we gotta survive. In every situation, every hurdle that comes upon you, you have to survive, and that's what it's all about. People think that being that you're like a Christian or I believe that in the youth today, it's not just about one religion. I want you guys to always try to break down all religions and see what they have in common and see what the main goal of each religion is. And you'll come to find that we're all in the same path. Those all religions equal up to one God. And eventually those who seek will find, and God will bless those who follow by his word. Sometimes, people think magic is a bunch of money falling from the sky. It don't always happen like that. Sometimes that money falling from the sky is coming from the devil. And the more you put in your pocket, the more of that drama and the hurt that you inherit. But don't you know that a lot of sometimes when they say, God needs kids too for angels and I just believe so much in when you say there's no afterlife, there's nothing else besides life. If you believe that way, I can see why you will be lost. You feel like this is it. Whatever I do now is what I do now. But that's not necessarily the truth. There's more proof that there is an afterlife than there is that it's not. It's like Oschino said in one of his lives that there were times where I seen a documentary and there was times where the kids they had some kind of memory of things that they did in the afterlife and they remember people's names. And so you don't necessarily in a minute, if we don't cover this mental health right, when we do elevate our minds, people are going to be calling us the ones with the mental problems because we see something that they don't see because they haven't elevated to that point. We'll be the people they be calling the smarter people, and the people that's trying to enlighten our own people. We'll be the people that be getting pointed the finger at. I already know what it is to come. Everybody has to fight their fight. Me as a fashion designer, I promise you, I will leave it all in my fashion. How I feel inside is going to be hidden somewhere in my fashion. Trust me. It never fails. Whether it's you see a little thing right here, say love yourself, and the little tag is somewhere on the bottom, it's always going to have something like that because that's just how I feel. I'm not going to just, go out there and stand up for something that people, I don't even know if the person that I'm standing up for would do the same for me. And that's what we're in that era right now. We're in the era of it's hard to trust people. You have to learn how to get to know people, and you have to learn how to learn and relearn the things that people have presented to you because you never know what's true or what's not. You don't know in these times. Who's up? But I wanted to give y'all some good energy today, for real, for real. Oh, I see that too. I see that too. The ladies definitely got to slow down on that aspect. See, the women that try to keep up with men sexually, they eventually end up ruining their bodies. I've seen a lot of ladies talking about, oh no, it's just this and this doing, it's just that. I'm trying to be single and that. Lady, listen, ladies, it ain't built that way for you. As cool as it have made looked, you're just doing what males do to hurt other women. Don't duplicate that part. You already bring life into this world. Don't duplicate the wrongs of a man because a lot of us go and sleep around. Don't duplicate that. That ruins your body. Don't let nobody fool you different. That's the reason why when a woman cheats, right? When a woman cheats with another man, that her cycle can be broken. So if for the people that know what I'm talking about, her man could sense that the next time he goes to sleep with her, if he knows her body like that, because things change. That's the reason why women can't go around sleeping around this and that, because in these times it ain't even safe to do all of that. You're just hurting yourself. I've seen, I believe it was last week, um, I heard like a conversation of a caller calling up and she just felt stuck because she had got pregnant with twins by this guy and he's went off with his wife, back to his wife. But it's kind of like, you didn't know he had a wife, okay? So he deceived you that much. that you didn't know anything that's going on. We gotta really stop. We gotta really stop. We gotta really stop putting ourselves in these situations when we can do better than that. Especially, don't don't put yourself in harm's way. Now that we see all these situations with like Diddy drugging people in their drinks and all this stuff that we allegedly hear, don't put yourself near these people from this point on, or put yourself in harm's way, or put yourself in the way of these people so they can take advantage of you. Because the more we hear about these stories, we're supposed to all learn from them. So going ahead into the future, these mistakes will be made by the next females coming up. Don't start still. I don't want to see ladies now still running to the celebrities and running backstage to. No, we see what comes out of that. So don't go do that and start retelling these stories and going through what these people went through, because they went through it. So now that you see it, you can learn not to go through that. So don't make these mistakes. Having parties and drinking around people and getting drunk, intoxicated around people that don't love you will put you in a situation that you don't want to be in. So to avoid all of that, you be the life of the party. You be the one in control of what you do, who's around you, and that's gonna make you a much safer and better person, in a better place. Everybody wants to show that they're having this great time, but it ain't true. I can't sit here and tell you that every day is great for me. I'll be lying to you guys. I'll be lying to you guys. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with some of the stuff I see, and I just be wanting to, but then I can't. I can't. I can't. And then sometimes I feel like, damn, I'm having a great day. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. It's all about how your intake and how you take it. Some people look at it like, man, I wish I was in the entertainment business. Some people were like, damn, I'm glad I didn't even want to be in that. I'm glad I found a place for myself where I can carve out and be somebody and leave a scratch in this world without having to go through the nonsense that they figure that you're supposed to go through. By the time it's draining in the hip hop, how dare you put the artist through all of that? By the time they finish signing the bad record deal, by the time they get to their first single, they're already drained out from all the nonsense that you put them through. What do you think the music gonna sound like? It ain't gonna be good. I think every region, the first steps it takes for us to get back to where hip hop will be the best culture and the biggest culture again, with everybody stick to your regional sound. Stop looking over to other regions and duplicating their sound. Stop. Just because it makes money, what you do could make money too. In New York, we got to stop that nonsense. We do. I know we made hip hop and all that, but we got to stop that nonsense. We got to keep it to our sound. And when we see ATL in them, or when we see LA and them having their sounds and they're going, that doesn't mean that we have to implement that in our sound. No, we have to enjoy that for what it is, and then keep to our sound. They keep to their sound. So when we all come together, it's a gumbo of good stuff. Come on, y'all. Biting him, biting them. Come on, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Why do you think right now when you go into clubs, there's a possibility of it being violence? Man, if the music was more, I'm not saying it has to be like soft music. Like, it could be a rip your head off music without actually making somebody think I want to go out there and hurt somebody. It could be, yo, you want to leave the club, you want to be able to have your fun with the ladies, grab up on the ladies, have some good music. Every region has their type of party music. It's not like that. But people just tend to have this one sound. The New York party music always included reggae. It's always a little mix in there. Like, if you want to have, to me, the best New York party would have be included with reggae, hip hop. We're gonna on the when it comes down to like the dance floor, and be mixing a couple from other regions and like one or two songs from other regions, but the base of it will be hip hop reggae. Now, if we go to ATL, I would more expect that it's gonna be, like twerking, and that's the greatness. That's why we love that stuff. But if the more we keep taking from other people, everybody loses their sound, because everybody just wants to be successful in a way where everybody loves them. But if you don't stick to your stuff, then you get lost, man. Look at the Kendrick, his I forgot it was Juneteenth party or the Juneteenth let's just say festival that Kendrick is throwing. He did it for LA because that's their sound, and that's the greatness about it. You know, of course, people still want to, oh, the battle, this and that, but the battle's been over, y'all. The battle's been over. Trust me, the battle's over. Nobody ain't paying no mind to that. People out here dying. The battle's been over. Y'all want that energy, but it's just not adding up. It's just something about it's not adding up. I don't know if it's from the ghost writing to the cattiness of talking about what's going on behind the scenes that lost me in it. But it was just all gone, man. I couldn't, and it's not like I couldn't deal with it. I didn't have to deal with it. There's so many other things I could listen to, so many other things I can go back to that I just like, yeah, y'all lost me on that one, man. Y'all really lost me on that one. I'm really happy to see that the ladies are stepping it up 100%. I can't knock the ladies. You know when people say, I want to see more Lauryn Hills. Why? That would be a duplication of Lauryn Hill. Why don't you just, you want to see more different or more depictions of different type of females? That say that, but don't say another artist name. You want another one of them because that don't usually happen. I never understood why Diddy had Sunshine when he first started. He had like the Biggie Smalls like sounding ish sound. And I'm like, why would Diddy sign him if he just lost? You know, he just Diddy Biggie just passed, but now we see the type of person Diddy is. Yeah, I could see why. The money. I don't even pay no mind to them anymore. Like once I, oh, it's 4 hours. Did you guys see? I think it's on the Art of Dialogue. Roger Bond. I watched it. It was 4 hours on that interview. 4 hours. Art of Dialogue, man. Y'all drop me a like, man. I watched the whole thing, and I understand. I totally get it. I totally get it. I can't say I was there, but I can understand that. Yeah, Diddy is not a good person. He's not the person that I thought he was. He's definitely not the person I thought he was, and yeah, I don't see it. This thing ending anytime soon because it's looking like he was doing this half of his life. So when you're in control and you have power over in the hip hop community and you take it in the wrong way, we're just seeing where it can go. And it's obvious that, you'll see out of the end of the situation how they feel about the women if they do respect them. But yeah, there's no way you see anybody trying to back Diddy or anything like that. They're probably just a part of the nonsense too. I don't even hear anything. Did y'all hear anything from Stevie J? Did y'all hear anything from Stevie J after that tape? No? Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Mm-mm-mm. Shouts out to I just want to say shouts out to all everybody that's out there still putting out music for their people and they're selling out these arenas. That's not for everybody. And so don't take that as an artist. You can't really take that like, oh, I only want to sell out arenas. No, you have to earn that fan base to sell those arenas. Or you're gonna be lost out there. If not, you can just lower smaller venues that artists can still do, clubs and things like that. But I could understand why an artist won't want to hit a club all the time because with the amount of violence, what's going on, there's more possibilities that they could end up in a situation. Of course, of course. I hope y'all taking the good some good energy with you on this Monday, man. We need it. It's a good day, man. It's beautiful outside, but it's just the clouds and stuff. I was just like, man, what's going on in this world? The clouds look weird. Like the sun is out one half and the other half like dark clouds. It's like, wow, God is watching. God is watching. God is watching us, man. But I was happy with that Smack event too, y'all. With the Loaded Lux, y'all gotta check that out. There was other battles that's going on, but that was the one I was really waiting on, Loaded Lux. And all from my point, from my point of view on the Loaded Lux, I'm so happy that he did well. It just up. It took battle rap another notch up. It just took another notch up. So I'm happy, and I didn't hear any shootings or anything like that. So that's a great example of when it's a culture dealing with lyrics, you don't see as much of the violence out there. So shouts out to Loaded Lux and shouts out to my boy Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty, if for those who don't know, he's another battle rapper that he earned his way from from I say the younger generation to reach the heights of a Loaded Lux, to reach that status where people respect him at that level of penmanship. So I really love Rum Nitty too. It was really a dope battle, man. I think I'm gonna be speaking a lot more in the battle rap if they continue on this same path of just uplifting the artist that's on that stage and just putting out good energy and having great battles with no violence. Oh man, we up to something now. So shouts out to Smack for being the originator to bring and monetize the battle rap world. You are making a change. People see you, people see the good in you, and people know you're not out there just robbing. You have to build your platform, and people understand it's very hard, especially on YouTube with battle rap and the cursing and things like that. It's very hard, to get it on there, and we can all just tune in like that. But some way, somehow, the fans get to a taste of it eventually. So that's the dopest thing about, I'm really happy that that whole event turned out to be a good event. They had my girl Jazz up there, had Coffee up there. It was so many people. I was just watching the little highlights on 15 Minutes of Fame and Hip Hop is Real when they was dropping over the weekend. I was proud. I was proud, man. But I'm really happy with that. It turned out a good event because every hip hop event ain't always turning out to be any violence and things like that. Some people's venues and some people's organizations and the teams they keep around them make things go good. So I'm glad that turned out to be a classic. The Gnome battle was dope. Really, 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 really dope, Smack. So that's another one up for shouts out all my Queens heads. Y'all already know. Shouts out to Smack for making that happen. Um, I'm waiting to see what that 300 million educational campaign for the underprivileged Philadelphia kids with Jay-Z. What's that all about? That sounds like a good thing. It sounds like he's helping out people in Philadelphia, the youth, the kids. Maybe giving them some youth centers. I'm not sure, or maybe helping rebuild the schools, or maybe I would say, as far as the schools, that maybe if they can put some new books in there, or some new, I would say a new education, giving them a new education, not just teaching them the old stuff that they once had, because they ain't trying to hear that. And these times, those things don't fit. So giving the youth a new education, just a different way to look at things, and just letting them know that rap and entertainment ain't the only things you can do out here to be successful or make a difference or a change in life. That's a good thing. So I'm waiting to see how that. So Roc Nation they've been doing their thing. So it's a good thing that we see Jay's out there. He's still helping, and I believe he's always been in that way. So that's big ups to Jay-Z, man. I don't want to confuse it too because we have different people we're talking about coming from the same place, if you know what I mean. But shouts out to Jay for giving a little step forward, helping the kids. It might start in Philly and it could end up in your town. So we don't know. Philly's a good start, trust me. Philadelphia is a good start. It's a good start. I would have loved for it to be Chicago, because I feel like that drill music really it hurt hip hop a lot. Drill music hurt hip as much as it did for hip hop coming in, and it brought an energy. It definitely we lost. I've seen a lot of youth lost because of drill music and just the oversaturation of the violence and just showing. But you know what? You guys are starting to realize on YouTube with the terms and stuff like that, they're cutting down on a lot of that stuff. And it's not because I'm not just saying they care about us. That's not the reason why they're cutting down on it. They're cutting down on it because of the money, the ads, and advertisers not wanting their ads to be a part of these people who are getting maybe called out for defamation, sued, or anything like that. Ad companies don't want to be a part of that. So that's really the reason why we're seeing that going on. Not because the content creators. I still feel like, they should help us up with a little more chip. But hey, they're in control of the algorithm. So in these times, you don't look at the numbers. You just try whoever you can grab, give them your all every time you're on here. Give them explain what you got to explain. And people attach you that way because it's so hard to reach a whole bunch of people when the algorithm is being controlled by people that just want to see a certain agenda, being pushed, So it's just like that. I don't worry about that. That's why it's always good to have your business outside of, this online situation, so you can have other things working for you. When you hear people saying, "Oh, they took down my YouTube and they can't do anything else," YouTube should not be your only. YouTube is not something that you can say you can bank on. No matter how much money you make on here, it's not stable enough where you can say, tomorrow or 2 years from now, this is what I'm going to be making. It's not that stable. YouTube, to me, is like just a funnel for whatever you got going on, for you to funnel some money through there and make a little extra from people who love you and support you. So that's what really it is. I don't plan to, from this point, you can hear, I don't really plan for this. I'm not really looking to have like 1 million subscribers. I don't plan to um, go that route. Whatever I have set in front of me is always good enough for me because I'm always gonna make my way through it. So that's not even in my plans. Whoever's here and whoever loves the whatever I drop, whether it's my fashion or whatever, then I'm cool with that. I'm not looking to just be out there because you having a whole bunch of people knowing who you are and they're not really supporting you, just watching you for the nonsense you're saying. You have more. There's more chances of you getting yourself in trouble. You don't want, when all eyes are on you, make sure you have something for them to look at. In other words, make sure you have something for them to take from you that can be, benefit to their life. Don't just be on here spewing information about people that you don't hardly know, because that's where you find yourself getting caught up. I'm gonna always keep it a hundo with you guys. Like, I'm always gonna tell you how I feel, no matter how much other people say it is what it is. I'm good at standing alone. I actually love standing alone. I love the fact that it's not a whole bunch of eyes on me every single day and scrutinize every little thing I say, and I can get what I really feel inside out to you people. After it's on here, I don't care where it could go wherever. It's out. I let it be known. Yeah, I'm attached to. Of course, I would be attached to a person like Oschino because he comes from struggle. People who see things different look at this world different. The people who got things handed to them, they end up dropping off because they don't have nothing stable or they don't even know their purpose. So of course I'm going to attach to people that really see life for what it actually is. That's how I'm living life right as we know it. I'm not thinking, oh, in a million years right now. No, I'm living my days and I'm carving out my moments. So no matter what's put ahead of me, I'm always going to be ready for this impact. And that just is what it is. You got to live that way. Life is not forever. So while you're here, just do what you could do and work it at your hardest and make sure it comes from right here, and you're going to be all right. All these people that got this yiggity yap about money's this, money's that, the same money that you worship will be the same money for your demise. You can't spend all that money anyway. If you had to spend the money, what are you going to spend it on? Most of the time, people will just pick up little things here and there that they want to spend it on, but they really don't even know. They just want a whole bunch of money. For what? For more eyes to be on you and more things to happen to you. The more you go up, the more responsibility that comes with it. A lot of people can't even handle this responsibility down here. So how the hell you think you could get up there and handle that responsibility? God puts things on certain people because they know they can handle it. The devil is the one that tricks you and puts you in places where you can't handle and tricks you and makes you go around this corner when you're supposed to go that way. It's all a game for him. So you got to know how to balance it out and know who's guiding you, who's leading you to these places. Are you driven by the devil, the liquor, the drugs, the people that hate you, the people that stab you behind your back, the people that's just going to confuse you and stop you from your dreams? Are you driven by God, the people that's going to support you, the people stand behind you no matter how much you fall, they pick you up and hold you down? Rep your brand, not just talk about you behind your back. The people that really truly love you, the people that wake up and say, you know what, I'm thinking about that person. Is he okay? What are you gonna stand on? You gotta make up your mind out here. You following these people that their lives is messed up and they just putting on this facade in front of the camera, you're gonna be quickly fooled. They already got fooled. Now they wanna fool you. It's a cycle. That's just how it goes. Hurt people hurt people. That's how it goes. It's rare that you see somebody come on here and they say, money ain't everything, and they have money in their pocket or they have some kind of something to stand on and they're giving you the real and telling you what it is for what it is. It's rare. It's rare. You might see somebody that you thought had a certain amount of money. They might have lost it behind the scenes trying to get it back. So they got to lie to you to get back to that point because they lied to you to get to that point before. It's rare that person, you hear a person come on here like, yo, man, I'm broke, man. I messed the money up. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. But it's my fault. I messed the money up. Yo, I need to get this back here. I got to make my music. You never hear a person saying that. You're hearing people saying that how they always this, they always that, or they just started this new business. Why'd you start a new business? Didn't you have another business, other business last week? Oh, so last week you was selling T-shirts, and today you got this whole podcast thing going. It's like, come on, these people are lost because people are trying to attach to things that they feel is successful. Those are going to be your demise. God already put you on the path. Why'd you get off their path to see what was going on over there or over there? Why'd you do it? Because you heard the loud music over there, the loud noises over there, or the fighting back there? Why'd you get off of your path that God chose you to be on? Stick to your journey. Stick to your journey. These people lost their journey. They went into entertainment. Some of these people are not even supposed to be artists. If you really think of it, some of these people could have been doctors, lawyers, even somebody that owned their own business, but they chose to go in there because they felt like that was the only route. They got in there, got fooled, and they turned into somebody that they not. And you don't see that? We got to keep our eyes open to the people that's coming from behind us or the people that's watching us from a distance, because we never know what they're thinking. So be truthful in how you present yourself, be truthful in what you say, and be truthful with the people around you. Because people could turn on you in these times like this. The person that you thought loved you yesterday could be the same person pointing that gun in your face the next day. Be careful, my dreamers. People have mental issues. There's more people out here with mental issues than there's people with stable minds due to the fact that what have been put upon us, man, this money thing. So you got to be careful of that. You know, just the other day I was watching on YouTube. I watch a lot of fashion vlogs and things like that. So I was watching, you know, they had a lot of people just walking in New York City. And you could tell the difference in happiness with some people. The people that felt like bombarded with stuff and held down by stuff, it was just like, oh, I think I'm going to be here. But I want to be this, I want to be that. But the people that were so happy were so in the moment that you could just, but looking at them, you could tell that the sun was shining, the stores over here, you see everything, you feel the ambiance in New York City when just looking at them from their happiness. You just feel it. It's so contagious. When somebody is so happy, you're like, wow, why are they so happy? Or you see like a couple in Central Park and they just at each other. They're not even paying attention to the world around them. That's because they build up this love energy around themselves that they refuse to be taken by the outside world bad energy. You can't knock them people. You got to find your bubble. Build that bubble big enough that it can hold a few people that can love on them, and you can love on, and they can love on you. You'll be all right. A lot of the stuff that you think you care about, you don't really care about. Think about it. Like, since when I've never seen a group of people so into the politics like they have ever seen or felt a change in politics. Could you please let me know when in your life have you felt some change in politics? I am not no fool. I have never felt a change. Now, if there's a change with my people that I see on TV and it helped them, I'm like, oh, I'm glad it helped them. But me personally, no. The people around here and the people that's watching on YouTube, we are the people that we gotta get ours on our own. Yeah, we hear the stories, but we ain't never seen it in front of us. No, we gotta look, man. People swear they care about everything. You're not supposed to care about everything, and that's just the reality. You care about the things that surround the things that you do. If I have no intentions or wanting to be a part of that party, why am I going to even talk about them? That's going to attract that to me. No, you stay over there because I already know it's bad over there. I can't trust people over there, so stay over there. I'm only going to stay where I can trust people. And if that means just me trusting me, well, that's a good start. That's a good start for me. How about you guys? Feels good to me. Trust yourself first. Feels good to me. You got to be, some people looking for relationships from people. I'm trying to run from all of that stuff. Like, no, 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 no. I'm trying to run away from all that stuff. Because in the past, those are the things that pull you down. If anything, I'm running to my journey and what God led me here to do, making more fashion, making more drops, trying to upgrade my business. I'm not running back to none of that. I don't even want to put words together that rhyme. I'm trying to elevate to a different level where I can feel comfortable and more comfortable in what I'm doing instead of looking over to the hip hop world for this nonsense. They're causing destruction. It's the same thing from week to week. It's the same thing. It don't change. You tell these guys 1 week the youth is killing the youth, and the next week the youth is killing the youth, and the next week the youth is killing the youth, and they don't realize the music is the theme song. They don't know. All the same answer they've been kicking for years. Well, movie guys, that actors don't do that. What? Stop that stupid talk. What are you talking about? My favorite actor, Denzel, I don't see nobody running down on Denzel. It's because you guys make the theme music for the people to go out there and murder people. It's like and it's so repetitive answers that you can just tell that from one person to the next person, they huddle up with these answers. One person says an answer, and then the next person just carries on that whole thing through their life when the thing is wrong. No leadership at all. A bunch of bosses with the money that they think they have belong to somebody that they didn't even meet yet. And in my head, I'm like, man, not only are they streaming your music, they are streaming you guys' life. The quicker you find yourself in ownership, the quicker you find yourself in the things you love, the more easy it is to protect the things you love and the things you want to do. Y'all people still out there streaming, and y'all still believe in these billboard and these nonsense numbers that people pay for? Y'all still believe that? All you have to do is open your eyes. You see the Taylor Swift concert? You see how packed that thing is? You see Beyonce's concert? You see how packed that thing is? So how the hell you think Jennifer Lopez could pack a concert? You think people got money to spend all day, $500 a ticket and spend? No, we're regular people. You get maybe two concerts, big ones for the year, and that's it. Off to vacation. I'm Barbados. If you don't put up the work, don't just think you could just, because remember, your fans are other people's fans too. It's not like there's a different sets of people. No. There's fans everybody is sharing fans. It's just a certain amount of who the fans look into paying for that person is different. And that's the trust in the music. That's why I say y'all gonna hear from me. If Rapsody don't get a Grammy for this last album, y'all gonna hear from me. Y'all gonna hear from me, yo, for real. Because the promotion of the nonsense, it's toppling over, man. We need better leaders in hip hop. If we don't have that, then people are just gonna move on, man. Whatever happens, happens. It ain't a big deal. We already have enough music that can set us off for a lifetime. I can go back to music and listen to music for a lifetime, but I do want to hear new. And as a human, that always served the purpose. The new. What's the new thing? What's the new sound? What's the new? I don't want to. Come on. A lot of these people that we thought were the tops of artists are the same people that was hurting and holding people back. We need some new top artists, and we need some new leaders. I understand what Wayne was talking about with Dame Dash. I understand. It's almost like, stop talking about him then. And if anything, like, you got what you got going to. If you say it is as good, is going good as you say it is, then there shouldn't be anything to complain about. I own a business. I can't say my business is just off that. You see everybody in my get, but I build myself up to that. And guess what? I love my journey. Regardless if it sells 10 million or 10 and 10 hoodies. I don't care. I love my journey. At least I don't gotta go out there and bend over to get somewhere for it. Or I don't have to go out there and be in places that I don't want to be, around people that I don't want to be. No, my answer is no to all of that. I don't care how many people want to be around there. That will be a demise. You can stay over there, and I'll be always where I'm at. So I understand what Wayne was saying. Don't keep bringing up the man's name because that man got kids too, just like you. The more you put out word on it, and y'all don't come to any conclusion, well, I guess y'all are enemies. It is what it is. But it is and I also understand that that is part of Dame Dash's story too. That's part of his story too. Telling who Jay-Z is from his length is part of his story. It's all up to him to see that there is more to his story than Jay-Z. That's the key. But hip hop puts you in this box where what you're known for is what you're known for. You're not going to be trusted in another field because you know in that other field they're just doing that to make money. It doesn't always translate. So once you put yourself out there, make sure how you present yourself, people are going to remember you for that. Whether you change or you said you change or not, people are going to remember you for who you are. And the correct quote, no matter where you are, there you are. So you see a lot of people out here, yeah, they're gonna be faking it. And I don't knock people. I could tell who's faking it, who's not, and who's doing it for money, and who's just there just to want to be or look like they play the part. A lot of hip hop artists do that, but you can't knock them. They're just trying to dress up and look the part. You can't dress up and become smart. You can't do that. It's not like you could put a BBL or you could get surgery to become smart. You can't do that. So that's the only thing that can make somebody fool somebody the look. But once you sit in conversation to a person and it's like you're on live and you're just chopping it up with a person, you can see from that point on that, that length of education, it doesn't extend too far. And there's nothing wrong with that, but people are confusing people that really want to see more in the game. A lot of people, you think they want to wipe this away with Cassie. You know why? Because they've been through the same thing and they did the same thing. They put their hands on women and they beat on them and they just waiting, standing there like a mannequin waiting for their turn where everybody points their finger at them because they did the same devilish work. Y'all know what's going on. Don't let these people fool you at all. And don't please, like I always tell you guys, don't let these people act like they're some big status over you, man. A lot of these people have kids, and you out there you're working, and you have a family, you working for yours, and you working hard for you getting it. Don't let somebody fool you like, oh, money is everything. These are the people they have short. It's gonna be short term, shortly lived. We see how this goes. Shortly, the win, gone. We're the ones that's gonna be able to see, analyze, watch it, and we'll be here when the smoke clears. I gotta do some work on my on the live. I want to present this on a different platform with you guys. Like I want to have the things going and maybe keep it a little more official. So I'm working on that behind the scenes, and I want you guys to check out my new designs. I put some new T-shirts up there. I have the Live a Little hoodie up there. Also, I have the Inspired by Dreams with the rose the rose print on the side. It's really dope. And I'm gonna show you guys some new drops that I got too. Um, Hold on. Did I miss anything, you guys? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Type it. I might just let it go. Let me open the window. I might just let it go. Like, let me see something. What y'all saying? Love y'all. I might, I might, I might jump on the live. I might jump on the live tomorrow, but I'm trying to put on a little different platform where I can see, because I'll be looking down and now I see what y'all saying. I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm always gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Got no reason to lie up here. I attach to people that tell the truth. That's what I'm about. I'm not about no fake people out here faking and trying to fool people. They're like, I got $1 million. They also got 1,000,000 sins too. You could believe that too. $1 million, 1,000,000 sins. Might not have $1,000,000, but I guarantee I got that abundance of people that love me. They don't even got that. How would you want to go out? Would you want to go out with people that love you, or a whole bunch of people at your funeral that pretending to love you? I ain't with all that nonsense. I be seeing that shit. Nowadays, people don't even know who's at the funeral. The killers be coming to the damn funeral. I'm like, how y'all don't even know who the family at y'all funeral? Like, how you let him in, and y'all don't know? Crazy stuff, yo. I just can't deal with it. I just thank God that out of everything, He ain't put me through this nonsense that people had to go through. You had these people up here. It's wicked out there. It's very wicked out there. Build whatever you got to build, and get up with the people that support you. I wouldn't necessarily just go off the back grab a group of people and say they're gonna support me, because 9 out of 10 times those are the same people that's gonna try to pull you down. Your own people. Try to find the people that see it the way you see it, and I ain't. That's no lie. That's just the truth. People they're gonna wanna pull you down because they miserable. Misery love company. You ever hear that? You ever hear your people tell you misery love company? Man, you know how people say you gotta know how to keep yourself away. No, you have to know how to operate around these people in these times. You're gonna be working with the mental health guy from next door, or the miserable lady across the street. You're gonna be working around them, and you just gotta be strong enough and be more bulletproof enough, or hater proof enough to do what you gotta do while it's going on. It is what it is, man. Life is what you make it. I could leave this live and moment, make it to my next live tomorrow. So every day I live every day like it's my last, and I'm going on and I'm leaving. So whatever I do today got to be worth something. If not, then what's the sense of doing it? I can't tell you 10 years from now. I can't tell you that something I won't crash out, and something along the way it just get crazy. I can't tell you that. I can only say, yo, right now I'm moving in God's path to keep my journey, going on the up. I can't say anything else. I can't say what will happen really tomorrow. I really can't. That's why I try to connect with real people, the real people, not the people that say they're real, but just people I see like, wow, now I understand his story. Or like, I've been through something like that, something not as like that, but something like that. Or I've been around had those type of friends around me that I didn't want around me. Or I've been through shit, y'all. I could spot a fake person so quick, and I'm pretty sure y'all could spot somebody fake too. But sometimes now people that are so deceiving that they'll blend in with you, dress like you, blend in with you, and the last minute they got the knife to your back. That's when you turn around like this, boom, without even you don't have to turn around, boom, because you already 10 steps ahead. You already knew what was coming. You got to be a mind reader just to understand how this thing works. Be prepared, you guys. I love you guys, man. Out there, all the people out there, y'all need that healing energy. Y'all drop a like, man. In this prayer, I'm gonna include everybody in my next one, and I don't do that. It's very personal for me. Ain't none of y'all. I don't really. My prayers ain't really nobody else's business. Me and God. That's the guy I keep on my side. God. Like Oschino, like that's one thing we had in common. Like I talk to God on the daily, like in between little things, like helps me keep going. And I think in these days to come, you're gonna start seeing the difference between the people that's really standing up for something and the people who claim to be this or claim to be that. Are they gonna do this or they gonna do that? We gonna see. We gonna see. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all Wednesday, man. Y'all stay up, keep that good energy in the air. Let's take this week and just keep it moving, all right? One.